Namaste. Namaste. Place your palms together at the heart center, please, and bow your head to yourself. And take this in for a moment, because this is important. This is worthwhile. I want you to honor yourself and your choice to roll out the mat in your home sanctuary, wherever you are. You're committed to your optimal health and well-being, an opportunity to calm the nerves, right? Beautiful, you guys. So welcome, welcome. So good to see you, so good to see you. Let's lie back on the earth, however you guys want. It can be flat. Today, if you notice, I have a bolster. I'm gonna put this underneath my knees, and I have this blanket. So I'm extra supported. I wanna be extra comfy. So let's lie back and just kind of savor this moment. Yeah, this is so nice. And it's one thing when I welcome you, and it's another thing entirely when you welcome yourself, right? You've carved out the next hour as what I would call a sacred date. And more than anything, this date is for deep peace and relaxation. Place each hand right up over the belly, palms down, of course, and maybe just give your belly a little rub. Right over the navel stem, about an inch above the navel, and just settle into stillness and watch the breath enter the lungs. And depart. And inhale again. And exhale, slow and smooth. And you're just observing your own breath. You are not changing anything. Allowing the breath to move, slow and steady. And observe how fast you can drop in. And let the peace begin to envelop you now. And as your hands are on the belly, feel the belly rise up as you inhale. And exhale, feel the belly fall. It's like you're surfing the breath. And so we begin on our back. And just notice the feeling of being supported by the earth. A smile might just cross over your lips. In celebration of this moment. And why not? Why not celebrate these small moments? Don't wait for the big graduation, the big anniversary or birthday. Celebrate right now, right here. What a glorious day. Enjoy the silence. And pay attention to the space in the belly right over the navel stem. This is a chakra wheel of energy, and when aligned, when balanced, you're feeling courageous and powerful, certain and confident. And just take that in, notice that. This is the solar plexus chakra. And when this vortex is spinning slowly, we might feel skittish, nervous, unsure. We take our time. We're practicing Yin Yoga, not a vinyasa class. The muscles are recovering and relaxed. The opposite of go, go, go. An intentional rest for the nerves and the nervous system. And watching the lungs fill. And just observe the exhalation. Sneak out so slow you barely discern air moving through the nostrils. What a beautiful sense of arrival on your mat. Can you feel the shift that's occurring? Body, mind, yes, beginning to merge, come together as one, in concert. First yin posture, reclined butterfly. The soles of the feet meet. The soles of the feet come together and your knees wing out to the side. For those of you that are externally rotated, this is pretty easy for you, right? For some of us, we're going to take our blocks or our books or blankets and place them outside the thighs so that there's not so much pull in the groin, and we can come to the pose a little bit more gently and not pushing. And for some of you, you're not going to need blocks at all. And close your eyes, and recline. And just a couple reminders. Yin, time is the magic ingredient. We hold still so that the body can open into these interesting postures. We never push. We allow the body to open so softly with ease. There's a little tension on the ligaments, on the joints, and we're healing from the inside. And we'll be here for about another 2 minutes. Use your breath to inhale deeply and joyously. When the breath arrives at the top, and then pause. Notice that cradle, if you will, 2 seconds, 5 seconds more for you veterans. let the breath just sneak away out into the earth. The prana leaves. And you exhale all the way, empty, empty, empty. There's another little cradle there for you to sway before the next breath cycle comes in. You guys are doing great. Body entering a new realm of deep peace and relaxation. Mind follows. And if you're using blocks, go ahead and set those aside and bend your knees up towards the ceiling, soles of the feet down on the mat. Feet hip width apart, let your knees just roll side to side. Windshield wiper the knees. And just let any fragility, you might feel a little fragile after we hold a pose for 3 minutes. And just luxuriate here, no rush. And roll up nice and gently. Beautiful, you guys, so nice. And widen your legs to a nice wide straddle. And I know you guys have a blanket and maybe a bolster. I have a bolster today. And so you're gonna line this right out in front of your body. And if you need to sit up on a blanket, feel free. Beautiful, you guys. So we're gonna play. You guys know I don't use the word work. We're gonna play in straddle pose. We're gonna go down the middle. We're going to go down the left and down the right, probably about a minute or so each. And so what I want you to do is just tilt forward. If you need to take your blocks and place them underneath the blanket and prop up a little bit more, feel free. You can even rest on your elbows here. And I know I look really bored. I'm not bored. It's just that I'm comfortable. So we've done this before, and you guys just ease your way down. And maybe you don't need this much support. So very individual bodies here, individual flexibility. And I'm watching the clock, it's right out in front of me. We'll be here for about a minute. And if you're looking at the screen, then don't do that, right? And too hard on the neck, and just relax. Relax, and you're looking down. And relax your legs. Relax your legs. Yeah, so there's no tension. And use the breath. The breath is your tool, your best friend, right? It soothes the soul, calms the nerves, and really more than anything, you guys, the breath takes our mind off the mind. This monkey mind can finally just marinate on the breath itself. Relax in the pose, soften, and just really tune in, tap in, see what's going on physically. What can you let go of?
Open your inner ears, listen to the sound of your breath. Let the inhalation help your body rise up. So you're inhaling and you're coming up so compassionately, so gently. Take your bolster or your blanket. You guys can set this up on the thigh if that's what feels better for you, or inside your left thigh, right? And some of you, your spine might be right up here, right? And others of you can just find that edge nice and slow, very gently. Come on down. Come on down. If it's easy for you to rest your chin, fine. Most of us won't have this flexibility in the throat, in which case you just tuck your forehead in. And you're just exploring your own edge. We'll be here for 1 minute. And what is it? What is it that you can let go of? Is it thinking? Is it planning? Is it worrying? What ifing? What if you let go physically? I know, you guys. Me too. Me too. It's a practice to let go. It's not an accomplishment. It's just a practice. Continual easing, letting loose of those mental barnacles. Use your inhalation, you guys, and really luxuriously come up with awareness, with breath. You don't need to look at the screen. We're just going to move over to the right thigh. For me, when I practice, I always keep my eyes closed. It keeps me more in touch with the moment, right? If I open my eyes, I get very distracted, and it's something that you guys will learn with time. Just trust your body. All we're doing is straddle pose down the right thigh. You're finding your own edge, and you're just allowing the body to soften. You're not pushing. And we'll be here for 1 minute. And scan your body. And notice if you're clenching. Are you clenching through the hands or the jaw, the cheeks? Is the groin nice and soft? Are you clenching with thoughts in the mind? Can you give yourself over to sensation? Use your inhalation. Initiate a nice, joyous, yummy inhalation as you rise up. Just like you woke up from a long nap. Set your bolster aside and set your hands behind you. Bend your knees here nice and slow. You might feel fragile, right? From all this stress in the groin. It's a good stress. Your hands are behind you and you're just letting the knees fall side to side. Good, you guys. Yeah. And just feel what's going on. If you drop that inner knee down, you might actually feel this through the waist too. Certainly you're going to get a release in this inner thigh, in the groin. Knees just rotate to the left, to the right. You can close your eyes here.
Next pose in Yin, we have all these funny names for poses. Caterpillar pose. It's a forward fold, a seated forward fold. So whatever props that you need, maybe have those out in front of you. Your legs are together here. And so if you need to prop up on a lot of stuff, great. And then you just tilt forward, right? Just like this. If you don't need all of this, that's fine. Some of us can just relax all the way down. It's great for the hamstring. Move my props aside, yeah. Tuck your forehead in so that you're not looking ahead. Too much strain in the back of the neck. Use your props out in front of you, right? And just allow, and really tune in, tap in, close your eyes, you guys. Cut off your sense of sight very intentionally. And you can marinate here. Marinate into the pose. Just allow the bones to sort of cook and relax and meditate. And if the mind begins to intervene, not to worry. You can always guide your mind very sweetly, very compassionately. Thank you for thinking, but come back later. Right now, I'm meditating. I don't need the thoughts. And just guide the mind right back to the breath gently, gently, compassionately. Don't beat yourself up for thinking. You're human. And start inhaling as you rise up. So it's a slow movement. Begin to just drum your legs a little bit. Yeah, point and flex your feet. Just relax here, you guys. Yeah, notice my spine is straight. Yeah, just a little drumming. You might make some noise. If you're upstairs, they're going to wonder what you're doing downstairs. And join me on your back. I want you guys to hinge the legs. I'm not going to lay all the way back yet. Hinging the legs can be one leg all the way down, the other one down, or maybe it's just a flutter kick here, right? You can point and flex the feet. You're on your back. Yeah, now close your eyes and just feel. And we're using muscle here during this hinging, right? There's a nice gentle release. This is how we increase the mobility, the flexibility, the ease in the joints. Gently, one leg up, one leg down. One leg up, one leg down. And then let both of your legs come down. There you go. And pull your right knee into the chest and reach up outside that foot. We're coming into half happy baby. Not happy baby with both legs. Your left leg is long on the mat here. You're reaching for the outside of the foot. Notice my sole of the foot flat. The knee comes out. Your arm can be outside the knee or inside the knee. You guys can see that, right? Whatever works for you. Let the knee come down and then relax your left leg. Tuck your chin. Elongate the neck on the mat.
And just really settle into your stillness and check things out. Where are you clenching? Can you release completely all the muscle? Use your breath to relax even more. Give yourself permission to relax. Release the right leg and let the right leg come down so slow, very deliberately, right? Slowly bring the left foot up. You're reaching outside that foot, bend that knee outside the rib cage, straighten your right leg. Notice how my right leg just bent way up. And then elongate the right leg. You can even take your right hand and just kind of give yourself a massage on that hip flexor. If you had jeans on, and you were reaching down into the pocket. This is your hip flexor of the right leg. Left knee comes in, half happy baby, sole of the foot, flat, right? If you straightened your leg, poof, you'd push the ceiling off. And just relax here. Relax. Release your left foot. Let that left leg come down to the mat, slow, luxuriously. Starfish pose, legs out wide, arms out wide. From above, you look like the letter X. Just be, you guys. Relax here. Relax the muscles around the eyes. Notice tonight, do you see color behind your eyelids? Maybe you do. That would be cool. Bend your knees, soles of the feet down on the mat. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Reach up through this triangle. Clasp your hands either behind the left thigh, behind that left thigh, or up over that left knee. If some of you are crazy bendy, then you can reach up and straighten that left knee, right? As long as this is comfortable for you. Otherwise, you're just clasping your hands. Yeah, you guys look great. Tuck your chin. Maybe a little rock here out of the lumbar spine. Yeah, a little release of the tissue, a nice massage on the mat, and settle in to your stillness. Close your eyes and lose your mind. we're going to switch sides without much. Just set your right sole of the foot down, cross your left ankle over that knee, left ankle over right knee. You can lay back here if you want, right, and just relax. Most of you will reach your hands through that little triangle. You'll either clasp your hands up behind the thigh here, or maybe up over that knee. Yeah. And find your edge here. A little rock always feels nice. Just kind of refilling the well. Restore, rejuvenate. Yes, just enjoy. So much enjoyment when you're present to the present. And settle into the stillness here. Breathing in and out through the nose, nice and slow, steady, smooth, delicious breath. So present to this present moment. And set your right foot down on the mat. Sole of the foot meets the mat. Uncross that left ankle. Knees are bent up towards your ceiling. And just windshield wiper. Knees fall left and right. Place your hands on your belly. And just notice how, as the belly and the knees move, your hands just glide across that solar plexus. It's such a yummy feeling to massage this center in the belly. This is where your confidence comes from, your certainty. And this has surely been shook from time to time. Notice the comfort. Notice the contentment here. You're just windshield wiping the knees. Your eyes are closed. There's really nothing to see. There's so much to feel. Beautiful, you guys. And roll up.
Come to your hands and knees with me, and we're going to go a little bit deeper. Actually a lot bit deeper. So we're going to practice pigeon. In Yin, this is called swan. So you're going to tuck your toes. You're going to spread your finger bones nice and wide here and have your hands shoulder width apart or more. If you come up into your down dog and you're like, ooh, this isn't working in my body, then just stay on your hands and knees. Otherwise, you guys are with me. Raise your hips up. You're putting your body in an inverted V shape. And I want you guys to just play here. I love the word play. You can take a heel up and down. We call this walking the dog. You can look way up at your belly. Release tension. Spread your finger bones wide. Drop your chest down. Come way up high on your toes. Just take a little bit of time here to explore. Or coming into swan or pigeon, same thing. You're going to take your right leg up behind you. Slow, slow, slow and high. Look between your hands. Right knee seeks behind the right wrist.
And here you are, right? And I probably should turn around a little bit so you can see. I'd like to show you guys from the back. If you're rolling off onto this right hip a lot, then this is your opportunity to take just a little corner of your blanket. You can just set the little corner there, right? Good, you guys. Or maybe you really need to wad the blanket up. Get it underneath that hip. You're trying to get your hips level here. I know I'm not, my whole back isn't to you. But if you're really rocked off, then you're going to use your blanket. Okay? And we'll walk ourselves through this. If your heel here, your right heel is closer to your body, it's a little easier. If you're looking for more depth, then you walk your heel away. Maybe your shin is parallel to the front of your mat, but be careful. And you notice I haven't laid down yet. You notice that my spine is upright and there's this nice back bend, right? You feel this in your low back. So let's just play here for a little bit. Let's breathe. Go ahead and close your eyes. Tuck your chin and just feel. Go deep inside. Physically, use your breath to release any tension in the hips, outer right hip, left hip flexor, and then inhale with me right here. Inhale. And use your exhalation to wander down. You can spread your elbows here and rest your forehead on the back of the hands. Or you can elongate your arms way out in front of you and rest on your forehead. Can't see you guys, which is frustrating because we're not in the studio. However, you can hear my words. If you're efforting in this pose, if this pose is like, ugh, then go back onto your back and cross your right ankle over that left knee. Go back to figure 4. You've already loosened up the hips. If you're with me, we're going to stay here in this swan for about at least 2 minutes, and I've got my eye on the clock, and I'm here with you guys. This is really juicy in this outer right hip. This is where you use your breath to just sort of marinate into your mat here. Initiate a giant, joyous inhalation as you raise up the torso, right? Take your time here. Was she ever going to let us out of this pose? You're going to tuck that left toe. You guys, tuck that toe. Push into your hands. We're going to come back into downward facing dog, and you are going to be fragile, and so am I. You're going to push up nice and slow, and then take that right leg up behind you and down, just like a hinge. Don't worry. You're going to be so fragile. Keep moving up and down.
Maybe knee to the nose and a couple good donkey kicks back there, hinging the leg up and down. If you're on your hands and knees here, that's fine too, right? Circle that right knee. You can be in down dog or hands and knees. You're circling clockwise, counterclockwise, right knee bending, kind of cranking around. And by now, your right hip joint is beginning to lubricate and really sort of come out of that crazy fragility, right? And this is where the movement comes in. Lubricating the joint, healing from the inside. We're going to switch sides, but I want you to switch sides so deliberately. If you're on your hands and knees, no problem. You're going to take your left leg up with an inhalation, so slow. Look between your hands very gently. Set that left knee right behind the left wrist. Torso's up. And if you're rocked way off, I'm exaggerating, but if you're rocked way off on that left hip, then stuff a little corner of a blanket or maybe a whole couple layers. My hips are pretty stable on this side. My other side, not so much. And you notice where my arms are out in front. I'm going to bring my hands a little closer and go for a little bit deeper back bend. You don't have to do that, right? I just don't want you to lay it out yet into sleeping swan. Just be, don't worry about where we're going. If you're anticipating, unfortunately, you're not in the present moment then. That's not really yoga. And you guys are more veteran. You're inhaling here, allowing the body to soften. Left outer hip, right hip flexor. You're using your breath. Not worried about a thing. Alive, vital, potent, in the moment. Inhale with me right here. Inhale deeply. Exhale, lay it out. And give your body permission to relax. Give your body permission to just marinate here in the mat.
initiate an inhalation nice and gently and slow. Don't rush to rise. Come up slow, come up deliberately. Feeling a little fragile, right? This is such a juicy hip opener. Tuck that right toe under. Arrive into your downward facing dog or hands and knees. Take your time. You're going to drag that left leg out of there and send the left leg high and low, just like a hinge, right? Maybe bend the knee into the nose, donkey kick out. Whatever feels good for you. Bend that left knee, circle the knee around. You can be on your hands and knees here. Releasing tension. Beautiful, you guys. I bet you feel that, right? So you guys brought either a roll of paper towels or a block or a book, something. We're going to come into a supported bridge pose. Supported bridge pose, you're on your back. Your knees are bent, you guys. Hip width apart. Have your block right in your hands. Raise your hips up just enough to set this block. On the low side, you don't want to come too high. Right underneath the tailbone and the sacrum. The key to a really yummy supported bridge is rolling your shoulders back. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can actually take a look at the screen, because so many times in Yin you don't need to. I'm going to circle my right shoulder under. Does this make sense? Externally rotate. And my left. Yeah. You notice how much my chin is tucked and I'm resting on the back of my neck. I'm resting on the back of my deltoids here. My palms are face up. My feet are nice and easy. Nothing gripped anywhere. My tailbone is so weighted down, heavy into the block. Close your eyes. Lose your mind. Breathe and be. Yes, you can marinate, enjoy this relief, this physical relief, mental relief. Feels so awesome. Now you know why we roll the mat out time and time again for this peace of mind. This incredible physical release, the joy and the harmony, the inspiration, the love, self-care. Inhale deeply, deeply. Feel the belly rise up. Exhale, slow and smooth, very steady, cleansing exhalation all the way to the end. Place your palms up now over the navel stem, right about an inch above the navel. Just let your palms sit. Oh yeah. And breathe into the belly. Feel the belly rise and expand. Belly contracts and softens on the exhalation. You're feeling heavy, relaxed, bones just getting a good soak here. Reach for your block, raise your hips just enough to release the block.
set it aside. Shavasana.
Maybe you're gonna set something under your knees. I am tonight. Maybe you're gonna cuddle up and cocoon with a blanket. I am. I'm also gonna turn my lights out. Don't worry, you guys. This is the most important pose of all. The culmination of everything you just did. Cannot say enough about it, especially when you're home. Some of you are in Tahoe, some of you are out by the pool. Ah, martini sounds good. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Hang in with me. It's just 8 minutes. I'll call you back, okay? Okay.
Very slowly, luxuriously roll off to your left side. Your yin side, curl up. Sweet, sweet fetal position, so tender. Just what you deserve. Soothing the nerves, giving the nervous system a chance to decompress, de-stress. And for some of us, we actually refill the well, right? Maybe we're running dry of patience or tolerance or courage. An opportunity to lay back and return home to our true selves. The love, the ease, the joy. Feel the support beneath you. No rush to rise. I'll guide you. Breathe so easily in and out through the nose. Keeping your eyes closed, find your way to a seat. Let your head just be the last thing to come up, the way a mermaid would rise up. And just let all that hair flow. Come on up. And find a seat that is comfortable for you. Take your time. And bow your head to yourself. More importantly, to yourself. What a wise choice you've made tonight. You're also honoring your sadhana, your practice, as you gather your palms together in front of the heart center in Anjali Mudra, symbol of devotion. Go placidly amid the noise and the haste, remembering what peace there is in silence. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate your time.